afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Thornton International Raceways. We get ready here for the running of the Risk Reward 500, a 5-lap event, the longest event that we've had this weekend, and it is here at the home of the Turn of Death. We are getting ready for an exciting non-caution race where one driver is going to come out on top. And this is really the series that a lot of the action is happening and a lot of the interest is taking place in. This is the series where we're going to have that 16-driver chase for the championship, and we're beginning here the second half of the regular season, which means it's come down to crunch time, because these drivers, in order to get themselves a potential spot in the chase, they have to get to victory lane. A couple of drivers have already done that here during the first half of the season, including Sean Galligan, Trent Dunham. They've both gone to victory lane twice. Joshua Michaels, Jessica Shelton, Dylan Poteet, Michael Norman, Makoto Iguchi, and Levi McIntyre. They have all gone to victory lane. That means that right now, potentially, and I put this word in quotes, 8 filled spots are currently have drivers in them. There are 8 available spots left. But keep in mind, if we do have more than 16 different winners in the next 10 races leading up to the chase, we could end up seeing some drivers that, even though they've been to victory lane this season, they could be eliminated from the championship contention. So it's really going to come down to how many race winners are we going to have in our first 20 races leading into our 10-race chase for the championship. But it's time to find out what Thornton's going to bring to the table, as on the pole is going to be one of those former winners this season, and that is Michael Norman in the 3 out of Michael Norman Motorsports. Michael Norman comes into this race 28th in the points after his win at Auto Club earlier on. He really could use a second win as he wants to guarantee himself a spot in the chase for the championship. Right now, we know for certain Sean Galligan and Trent Dunham at the current moment have locked themselves up spots in this season's chase. Alongside of him is going to be a rookie in Alex May. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Alex May actually does have a victory in Truck Series competition at this very racetrack. I may be incorrect in that, but I seem to recall that being a fact. So Alex May coming and filling in at the RGE BMW Racing 52 team for Seth Cole, who has now stepped out of the ride. Alex May, who has not made much of an impact since he debuted here, is going to try and do something here at Thornton, starting up near the front of the field. Jessica Shelton will line up in the 3rd position, right behind her Michael Norman Motorsports teammate. Shelton had a great run in the Truck Series event, finished 2nd, was running well in the Mobile Cup Series race until she got involved in a wreck. She's starting up here near the front again. She always seems to really do well here at Thornton. We'll see if maybe she can pick up her 2nd win of the season, as she formerly won a few weeks ago at Talladega. And then rounding out the top 4 is going to be rookie Isaac Canepa. Canepa's just had heartbreak after heartbreak, week after week, 42nd in the points, dead last out of all the drivers that took the green flag to start off the season at Daytona. He'll try to turn around his luck, maybe try and get himself into a position for a chase spot this season, as he will line up in the 4th position. We'll get these cars rolling off here. It's going to be 5 laps, which means 1 extra lap than what we ran in the Mobile Cup Series event, as the pace car speedily pulls away. And now Michael Norman's car will start rolling off. Points coming into this race. Sean Galligan is the current points leader over Charles Sanford. Jace McLeod is 3rd. Trent Dunham 4th. Charles Jackson 5th. Ralph Mason, Ian Dunham, Harrison Langford, Noah Hart, and then the first rookie, Joshua Balkowitz, is 10th in the current standings. We're going to find out who may end up locking themselves up a spot in this season's chase here at Thornton. Green flag is out. We're underway. And look at how Jessica Shelton helped her teammate Michael Norman be able to get the run there to move to the front. That was quite a duo draft there by the 3 and the 94, and it's going to pay off. They're going to move into 1st and 2nd place here, heading into that little village section of this racetrack. Shelton doesn't seem like she really is that satisfied running behind Michael Norman, though. She wants to get the lead as quickly as she can, as they're getting awfully racy behind her. That's Tanner Sullivan, Makoto Iguchi, and I think that was Alex May there in the 52. It is indeed. Gotta watch them as they come through this little bit of stretch here, because we gotta keep an eye on this action. These drivers are in rides that the package is a lot faster. They're gonna take turns a lot wider, and it may be a little bit more difficult for them to not wreck it up as it was for trucks and mobile. Right now, though, it's looking okay. Let's watch him through this one section here as Shelton goes really wide. Levi McIntyre went really wide. Now they're 3 wide for second. Take a quick look at the back, see if anybody ran into trouble. There's second in points, Charles Sanford. He's way back here at dead last, but everybody is still running. Basically had that happen in the Mobile Cup Series event too, and then what happened? Someone fell off the turn of death, and that was our first wreck. Whoa, someone kicked up some dust back there. That was either Isaac Canepa or John Cinnadino, but right now, everybody is still running. And there's an Audi that's all of a sudden worked his way up here. I believe that's... Oh, that is Taylor Sullivan. I thought that was McCurry. And look who's coming. James McLeod in the 51. Now, I talked about him back during the Snickers Cup Series All-Star race because James McLeod does not have a victory here this season, but this has been one of the most consistent seasons he has had in about maybe 3 seasons in Snickers Cup Series competition. He is right now 3rd in the point standings. He is, according to my calculations, 31 points out of the top position in the standings, yet he hasn't gone to victory lane. This could really be a big opportunity for him as James McLeod is a former Truck Series winner at this very racetrack. And they're getting really racy here. Michael Norman got wicked wide, and McLeod going to get the run the inside. He'll now be battling for the lead with Jessica Shelton. As they continue to all keep it clean and green. Another driver that's working his way up here that really needs a good run is the Verizon Wireless 56 out of Gibbs Walter Mayonnaise Racing. That's Kyle Corbett. Corbett comes into this race 37th in points. He was a former winner last season. He ended up winning an Auto Club. Hasn't been to victory lane since, and Corbett really could use a good run here today. And look who's right behind him. We talked about James McLeod having a good run. How about the points leader? Sean Galligan is now up here into the top 10. That Hartlepool BMW continuing with good runs. And who knows, we could have our first 3-time winner here this season in Snickers Cup Series competition if Sean Gallagher can get up here and battle for the win. He is right now in a very good position. Another driver up here for Michael Norman Motorsports. That's Bob Jones. Actually counted Dougie Shears as well. So Michael Norman Motorsports up here at the front at the current moment. Just outside of the top 10 is where the 27 and the 21 are currently running. And our Mobile One Cup Series winner, Dylan Poteen, is starting to work his way up here as well in the 31. Right now side by side with Cole Daly. But we got to move up to the front here. I believe Jessica Shelton is the current leader. And, oh, this is one of the treacherous parts. Oh, Canepa got the steel guardrail. They're all good, I think. I hope. We're going to jump to our TV1 camera. We will look back and see if anybody did have trouble with the steel guardrail area there. But it looked like they all got through it. I don't see anybody lagging behind. But they're coming to the turn of death. Let's see if anybody's going to fall victim to this 20-foot drop. Certainly hope not. We've been clean and green this whole thing. Cinnadino was close. Oh, there goes Joshua Collard! Oh, no. Joshua Collard in the 34, who is currently 11th in the point standings. This was not what he needed. Oh, man, the 34 Sega Mitsubishi out of Gonzalez Motorsports is completely demolished. And there's Chris Washer back here, too. He's got a lot of front-end damage to his washer. What happened to him? Well, McLeod is the leader. Corbett second. Sullivan third. Now Gallagher, the points leader, is up to fourth. Levi McIntyre right now runs in fifth. Sixth is Shelton. 7th is Norman, 8th place Bob Jones. That's Makoto Iguchi and William Duncan out of Young Duncan Motorsports is now up to the 10th position. We're going to quickly step aside, take a look at a replay, find out first what happened to Chris Washer, and then watch Joshua Collar's scary tumble off the turn of death. As we are currently on lap 2 of 5 with little more than 3 laps left to go. Well, this actually took place with Chris Washer much earlier on the first lap than I had known. He's right behind Dylan Young. Oh, and it's going to be Anthony McCrory in the 61. It's going to get into his left, or that's his right rear, apologies. Up and into the fence he goes, and oh wow, right into the door, the driver's side door of Charles Jackson. And then, oh, of all people, he gets hit by his Uper Motorsports teammate Ian Dunna. Oh man, that's a heartbreak there. That's a team owner's nightmare. Oh, and Dutta's car is now erupted into smoke. So just like that, bang, bang, both the Dodges out of Uper Motorsports are involved and possibly out of the race. Dutta comes into this race 7th in the points standings. Was looking to move into the top 5 in points here today. And Chris Washer has been having a pretty difficult season, 27th in points. This is not going to help out that 2-car Dodge team at all. Man, that's a heartbreak for both those drivers. And Thornton seems no doubt to be picking its victims carefully. It's picking drivers that really have a lot to lose. We just talked about Ian Dutta, 7th in points. Well, Joshua Collard was going to try and move his way up into the top 10 in points. He is right now side by side in a 3-wide situation with a couple of drivers out of Rogers V8 Performance Motorsports, Langford and Jake Rogers. Oh, and right there you see he got loose and got up into the grass. That gives you no grip coming off the corner. So Collard was put in a very sticky situation, and there was absolutely no way he was going to be able to hang on to that thing. His 2 left side tires were in the grass there, just off the track. And that caused the car to be so slippery that he was trying to hang on to it. And while you're trying to hang on to the thing, there's no way that you can concentrate on keeping it from going off the turn of death. Fortunately, that thing landed completely flat on all 4 wheels. That's the kind of landing we prefer to see. More than likely, the driver does not get injured then, unless if he lands on his roof or on the driver's side of the car. That's when we start to get worried. But nonetheless, that is a tough break for Collard, who came in 11th in the point standings, second highest run of the Mitsubishi Lancers in the points, and it's going to be a tough break for that Mitsubishi Lancer team here today. So we've already got 3 drivers that have encountered problems. Let's head back now to live action, see if anybody else is next. So James McLeod is still the leader, but he's got Kyle Corbett now breathing down his neck, trying to take a position. There's a good battle going on there. Oh, someone just spun! That was Corbett, and he saved that! Holy cow! How did Corbett save that? There's no way he should have been able to do that. And he's still running in the 3rd position, I think. Okay, no, he's battling for 4th now with Tanner Sullivan. But how did Corbett save that? Holy cow. If we don't end up having another wreck and go back looking at replays, we're going to be looking at that replay at the end of this race, because that was unbelievable. That's one of the best saves I've ever seen at Thornton. Unbelievable. Levi McIntyre, as a result of all that chaos, though, he was able to move his way up into the 2nd position. McIntyre ended up winning earlier on this season at Rockingham, UK. Since then, he has dropped all the way down to 38th in points. He is currently the lowest running race winner this season in the standings. Just a little lower in the points than Makoto Iguchi, our Daytona 500 winner. So the drivers who won races 1 and 2 this season are not doing well at all. Right now, James McLeod has opened up a huge amount of distance between himself and everybody else. He can kind of take it easy if he wants to for the current moment. Are these guys going to be okay back here? Looks like it. And oh boy, folks. Joshua Collard was the first victim here today. They may fall off the turn of death here on the 2nd lap. We still have 3 more times to come around to this turn of death after this. McLeod all by his lonesome, he'll definitely make it past the turn of death all right. And oh boy, Duncan was close, Canepa was close, Qualls was close. Whoa, Danny Wells was super close. And it looks like they're all going to get through it. So it looks like we aren't going to really have to look at that. But let's look back at a replay of Corbett's save. We got to see that. Well, this is no doubt going to be the save of the race. Watch this. This was a 3-wide battle for 2nd behind leader James McLeod. Corbett's going to get a little loose coming off this corner. He gets into Tanner Sullivan. They come down, get into Sean Galligan. Now, we have seen too many times in this portion of the track, when the driver hits that steel guardrail, they shoot right back up into the racetrack, and it's a big multi-car wreck. But watch this. Galligan and Tanner Sullivan kind of work together to turn the 56 back around. The 56 keeps going. And why is the 3 car smoking? Michael Norman, what in the world happened to the 3? It's like that car has erupted in smoke, but that's not smoke. It's like skid marks. Why was that? That was a little confusing. Watch right here. Car is... I don't get it. Was it because he got up on the median? But man, that could flat spot the tires. Look at the rubber he's burning right there. Everybody may giving him a lot of room there, moving way over to the right. I don't think that was enough to take Michael Norman out, but I'm a little confused as to what exactly happened. Oh, somebody else spun in the back here. At least I thought somebody did. Yeah, it was. Who is that? That's Shears, Canepa, Alex May, and Citadino went way wide. And it was Alex May who spun around. So we actually had quite a bit happen back here that I didn't even realize. And Citadino may have actually gotten a piece of Alex May there. I'm not certain. Can't really see from here. He may have gotten a piece of the 52. And then Alex May going to try and bring it back up into traffic. And I think everybody's going to get through. Nathan Hudson, close call. Charles Jackson, even closer. Looks like they got through it. Alright, I'll quickly look and see if anything else happened that we were able to see, and then we'll jump back to live action. Welcome back to live action. I actually looked back through, seeing if anybody else encountered problems, and aside from John Citadino, he actually was trying to get out of people's way after he did make contact with Alex May. It caused his car to be rather slow. He went up on the median, and he ended up hitting the safer barrier between the two stretches of highway a couple of times. He has brought his car to pit road to the attention of his crew to try and get that car fixed, try to get back out there. But John Citadino, who really has some good numbers here at this very track, he's not going to finish too well here today. As a matter of fact, let's try and document the drivers that are potentially out of this race. And right now, I think we only have, at the moment, 3 of them. Joshua Collard, who went off the turn of death. And then also Chris Washer and Ian Dutta. James McLeod, I'll tell you what, things have really worked out for him. He is the leader by a huge margin. However, they've started bunching up and working together here from second on back. Cole Daly is now up to second. Third place, Tanner Sullivan. McIntyre now back to fourth. Corbin in fifth. Sixth place is Jessica Shelton. And seventh is Makoto Iguchi. Those 6 are all together. Then you got William Duncan trying to catch up. He, I believe, is in 8th. 9th place, Bob Jones. And 10th place is now James Silverfox, having a great run. Then drivers just outside the top 10. You got Galligan, Noah Hart, and Dylan Poteet. There's no Ralph Mason and Dylan Young battling side by side. Canepa, Rogers, Qualls. Whoa, Qualls nearly got ran over by the 91 of Joshua Bulkowitz. There's the defending champion, Jacob Lawler, desperate for a win right now. 35th in points, and needs a victory to be able to get into the chase to defend his title. Moving back up here to the front. Oh, I don't like the look of this. Oh, keep it together, McIntyre. Good job. They've actually made it through that turn very nicely the last few times here. I've expected that to be a big trouble spot, but they've been able to conquer it. As Jace McLeod, all by his lonesome, is going to come around. He'll have no worries at the turn of death, I don't believe. He will pass by it with ease. Everybody behind him trying to remain single file. Bob Jones was double file there. He almost fell off. Zachary Fitzwater and Brandon Gonzalez getting awfully close. But again, they're all going to keep it away from the turn of death. There you see a couple of stragglers there. Alex May and Cody Lamas. Charles Jackson was also kind of straggling behind, but I'm going to just see quickly. Yep, Citadino is back on track. And I think he's still on the lead lap. But he will not finish, I don't think, any better than 39th here today, unless somebody encounters a lot of trouble in the next 2 laps. Right now, though, James McLeod, that lead that he had has seemed to dwindle away. Cole Daly is beginning to run him down in the 88. Tanner Sullivan right there in the 20. Here comes Kyle Corbin, and how about Makoto Iguchi? We talked about Levi McIntyre, how it's been such a struggle this season for him since winning the second race of the season at Rockingham UK. Well, Makoto Iguchi became the first female to win the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series Daytona 500. Since then, the finishes have really been off for that 9 team. And this is great to be seeing Makoto be able to have a great run here, because keep in mind, as I said at the top of the program, if we have more than 16 race winners in these 20 regular season races, we could very well end up having spots filled up and then have drivers that have wins this season, due to the fact they're running so low in points, miss out on the chase for the championship. As a matter of fact, I've actually been working the calculator, and right now, with the fact that Sean Galligan and Trent Dunham have won 2 races this season, if we were to have single race winners this season, we need to have 2 more drivers go to victory lane for the second time this season. Speaking of victory lane, Cole Daly and James McLeod both want to get to victory lane, and Cole Daly is going to put up the first challenge for the lead on James McLeod that's been made in the last 2 laps. Cole Daly ran James McLeod down, now he's going to pass him. That 88 is looking good. And keep in mind too, Camaro is still looking for their first Snickers Cup Series win. Oh, there's a big wreck back there, and I don't even know who did that. Looks like Shelton was involved. Can we get a better camera angle? Thought I saw the 94 spinning around. I don't know who in the world else was there. There's Shelton, a lot of rear end damage. William Duncan's back here. I think he may have been collected. And heaven knows who else. But that was right near the middle of the pack. Oh wow, look out. Henley having to slice and dice to avoid the 94. Yeah, that 94 car is crunched. And Shelton was running so well here today. Let's see if there's any other stragglers up here. Well, there's Nathan Hudson. I don't know if he was involved or not. Looks like he could have some front end damage on his 84. Oh, and James Silverfox. Can this guy not catch a break? Holy cow. He was running good too, and that Mezomix Audi is toast. Oh, and the points leader, Sean Galligan, is off track. Oh my goodness, everything is chaotically happening now. Noah Hart's also off track. James Qualls is on pit road. The defending champion, Jacob Lawler, is on pit road, while his teammate, Cole Daly, is in a fight with Tweenix Racing's James McLeod for what could be the potential win. I don't think we can really look back at a replay here at this point, because this is a battle for the win that could rage up at any point during this final lap. However, we will look back at a replay once this race is over. Next to last time before that they'll come to this turn of death. And I don't think really anybody's going to fall off unless they're really racing hard back there, if they all got wadded up after that big wreck. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're all pretty spaced out as a result of that. Oh, look at McCrory. A 61. And drivers got run over by a train. Oh man, Audi having a lot of their drivers all of a sudden just fall by the wayside like flies. Noah Hart is caught on the outside of the racetrack. McCrory's car is crunched, and James Silverfox, I don't think his car has even gotten to pit road yet. He's still out of the track smoking. In a non-smoking zone. Okay, I don't know why I even brought that joke up. That was the lamest joke ever in NNR 2003 history. But right now, Cole Daly is the leader. Trying to get Hendrick Daly Motorsport to victory lane for the first time this season. McLeod trying to get Tweenix Racing to victory lane for the second time this season. His teammate, Dylan Poteet, worked some fuel mileage miracles at the last race of the first half of the regular season at Dover. Would it be back-to-back wins for Tweenix Racing if he could run down Cole Daly and take this lead away? They're going going to be coming up pretty soon here on Noah Hart and Sean Galligan, I think, unless they've been able to find their way back up on track. There's Hart. And Galligan has been able to find his way back on track, but Noah Hart has not. And I think we may end up seeing Noah Hart in just a moment here on the right side of our screen, depending on whether we can actually get a camera angle on him or not. Should be up here somewhere, I think. Maybe not. Nope, we already passed him, so we didn't see him, but now Noah Hart, as a result of being caught on the outside of the track, he is now a lap down. And Noah Hart, another driver who is running well in points, 9th in the standings. He has now encountered problems. And I'll tell you what, the Moment Cup Series race at Thornton really was a point shaker. I'll tell you, I can guarantee you, this is going to be a point shaker. You know one driver we have not talked about all day long? And that's another of the two-time winners, Trent Dunham. Where in the world is the one running? We have not mentioned Trent Dunham's name at all this race. There he is, the Tom and Jerry #1, currently running in the 14th position. And fortunately, Tom and Jerry has not done their little scream off the turn of death this season in this race. And look at this, second in points, Charles Sanders still running, right now 17th place. He came into this race a total of 24 points out of the top position in the standings. I don't think this is going to be a good enough run for him to be able to take the points lead. This will certainly help him cut it down, as he's trying to run down Sean Galligan, who right now is on the tail end of the lead lap. Ralph Mason also having a good run. Oh, and here we go. I told you this could be a battle shaping up here on the final lap, and we really couldn't go to a replay to miss it. Cole Daly and James McLeod. This one ain't over. Two seasoned veterans, both former chasers. Coming into the final few turns, we come to the guardrail turn. It's going to be a matter of whether McLeod can get a run or not. Cole Daly going to try and keep it off the guardrail. He does. He was close, though. McLeod's going to have to try and put a move on him coming here into the final corner, coming to the turn of death. Can McLeod get to his inside? Oh, he tried to get him there, but he couldn't get there. Daly was able to throw the block. Last try here off the right-hander. About a car length ahead is Cole Daly. McLeod going to try everything he can. Cannot do it. James McLeod is not going to be able to make the move. Cole Daly is going to come down the front straightaway. Chevy Camaro is going to go to victory lane for the first time in their NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series career, and Cole Daly wins at Thornton, possibly locking himself up a spot in this season's Snickers Cup Series chase for the championship. And I hope nobody fell off the turn of death. Doesn't look like it. All these drivers on pit road were involved in that big wreck back on the highway section. Nope, nobody off the turn of death. As there you see McCrory, there's Brandon Gonzalez, there's Dylan Young way back here, Cinedito, Canepa, Noah Hart finally made his way back up on track. Jessica Shelton actually has not even made it back to pit road. That car's still smoking on track. There's Galligan, the points leader. He, I believe, was the last car to finish on the lead lap. And Cole Daly is going to pick up the victory. Daly comes into this race 26th in points. This will move up into the top 20 in points, perhaps. But what a run for that team. And for the first time in history of the Snickers Cup Series, Chevy Camaro has gone to victory lane. What a win for Cole Daly here in a possible chase spot for the Snickers Cup Series Championship. James McLeod so close, basically dominated this race from laps 2 to 4, but could not get Cole Daly on the final lap. There's Tanner Sullivan. He'll finish in 3rd. Corbett finishes 4th. And Dylan Poteet, I'm sorry, not Dylan Poteet, Bob Jones is going to finish out 5th. Nice run there. We saw Michael Lohr Motorsports up here at the front at the beginning. They all seemed to fall by the wayside. Bob Jones, though, was the one driver for his team that held firm. Dylan Poteet, after the win of the Moment Cup Series race here yesterday, he's going to finish out in 6th today. 7th was Levi McIntyre. 8th, Makoto Gucci. 9th was Joshua Balkowitz. What a great run for him. And in 10th was Ralph Mason. Let's jump back, take a look at a replay of that wreck, and then we'll come right back. Well, we're going to be concentrating a couple of replays on the 94, specifically of Jessica Shelton, because this driver just had a good day, turned bad to worse to just plain awful. We're going to show you the replays that caused this whole thing to happen. There you see the incident. Levi McIntyre into William Duncan and James Silverfox. Duncan's going to come right back up the track. How did Poteet miss that? He did get a piece of it there with the right front. But Shelton was the one that ran into Duncan. That's what caused the whole smoke screen. There's how come Dylan Young was so far back. He had to get repairs after he hit Shelton. Here comes Canepa. He's going to get a piece of it. Jake Rogers and teammate Joshua Bulkowitz do a good job of getting through. And I believe that was all that happened, unless someone got into Silverfox. Oh no, don't tell me it happened again. Don't tell me teammates hit each other again. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Something happened to Lawler then. Where's the 5? He's side by side. Well, actually, he's not even side by side. He's just running way on the low side. Here you see Canepa getting run over by a bus. Lawler just flat out lost it. What was up with Lawler? Holy cow, that car slid on him and he just headed straight down there for the guardrail. Look out, James Qualls. And then the side whip effect slammed straight into the hood of McCrory. Wow, what was up with the Great Clips machine? And then everybody's going to try coming in. I think this is where Nathan Hudson is going to get his damage. Right there. Shot back up. Oh, right into the passenger side door of Sanford. There's the Harrison Langford. He gets a piece of it. Henley gets a piece of it. And Michael Norman just gets flat out held up. Look at all the track position he's losing. Good heavens. So that's what happens here. Now take a look at what happens here. We had a pit road incident during this race at Thornton. Of all places. You know, it seems like it's the most treacherous track. Anything can happen anywhere, but you normally don't think of pit road as anywhere. But it happened, so we'll show you. So here's Jessica Shelton. She had come to pit road. This was the final lap. They get the car repaired. She gets ready to come back onto the racetrack, and there's William Duncan. And Duncan's day was over. Shelton's going to hit that chain link fence, and this is why Jessica Shelton was still running on track smoking. She'd already passed by the commitment cone exiting pit lane, so she had to keep going or something. And then Canepa's going to give her a little bump there. But, man, like I said, bad day just turned worse for that 94 team. They were going to get out there, try and salvage what they could, stay on the lead lap. And Duncan comes flying down pit road, and Shelton pulls right out in front of him, and bang, it happens. So that's what happened, and so this race is officially over. Cole Daly picks up the victory. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We are done with Thornton. We head next week for 3 races. Truck Series heads to Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, and then Mobile Snickers Cup Series actually comes to you from Michigan. Cole Daly is your winner here at Thornton. He may have locked himself up a spot in this season's chase for the championship, and history is made with Chevy Camaro going to victory lane for the first time in their Snickers Cup Series career. Hope you guys will follow the NNSCRA on social media. Facebook and Twitter links are down in the description, where you'll get updates and news reports on stuff that's going on in the NNSCRA. And we will see you guys next time here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel.